Well, I'm going to imitate a rectal exam. So,
Next time, give it loud for everybody for Anthony Eugenio. We're gonna have a next time. Very funny. Wayne Russell, everybody.
Welcome to the Open Mic Pain with Anthony and Wayne podcast.
well, hello everybody, and welcome to an open mic pain with Anthony and Wayne. And we are here again for a mic of the week. We are going to do Hallowed Ground, brand new mic in Salem, Massachusetts, hosted by the awesome Allie DF. I'm here with my co-host Wayne. How the fuck you doing, Wayne?
Doing really well. Doing awesome tonight. I'm really excited for this. Last time we went to a mic that Allie hosted. It was a good time. A little bit of a long drive for us, but it was well worth it. Good crowd. Allie's a great host. This is, like you said, a brand new mic. So hopefully it gets the support it needs to get picked up, because it's not a weekly thing as of right now. But if she gets the support in the crowd there, hopefully they'll say, yeah, come on back. And I don't think there's a ton in Salem, so I mean it's much needed there.
Yeah, this is formerly Witch's Brew mic that they do on Wednesdays. And yeah, again, it's all about Allie, really, that it comes down to, because it's a shitty drive, and Salem is full of a bunch of shitty people, but she makes it good.
That's not true. That's not true.
I mean, it kind of is. They were like really bad for a while.
You hate people. That's the problem. It's not the people. It's the fact that you just hate people.
Yeah, well, they were bad boys and girls for a couple hundred years there, where they literally got a reputation that has followed them for 100 years. So, 300 years?
So, actually, we talked about this off air, but when we went to Witch's Brew, we talked on the podcast the fact that I was related to somebody who was a witch accuser. And I have figured out who that was. It was Ann Putnam.
Ann Putnam, the witch snitch bitch.
Yes, the witch snitch bitch, yes. I looked it up a little bit. She was actually directly associated with like 27 deaths or something like that.
Jesus.
So,
Butcher.
when I said that to you, you had said that calling somebody a witch back in the 1600s was the equivalent of calling somebody a Karen. I don't know if you remember that, but that tickled my fancy. I love that.
Way more stakes back then. It was a Karen, but with, like, instead of the internet mobbing you, they really mobbed you.
And put you on a stake.
Okay, so we're going
but
back
anyways,
on track.
Here we are.
Yeah, there's going to be some ghouls and shit, and if anybody from Lynn's there, it'll be a bunch of drug addicts, so we'll have a full house of all the North Shore can offer. Oh, god damn it. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. For me, this is a very last-minute thing. We were planning on going somewhere tomorrow, but some things came up with my wife's work. She was able to get off early, so you were going to go down by yourself, and I last minute was like, I can go. So I'm really excited to be able to go support Allie, because as we mentioned last time, she's a great host. She's a lot of fun. She really cares about the mics and the comics that she puts out there. So
well, she cares about how the show is going, and I really appreciate that, because there are hosts that even are super funny, great comics in of themselves, and that makes the show pretty good. But when someone bombs, or there's like an altercation in the crowd, or something's going on, they just sit there. Allie's very good at, if the show needs to be better, she brings up the energy and makes it better. If if she's bringing up somebody, she gives a great intro, knows when, say your name last, say it loud. So yeah, I appreciate that shit.
And to call you Italian.
Yeah, she fucking every time that she said that. I'm shitting on Lynn, I'm shitting on Salem, and I'm shitting on Italians.
So, what are you planning on tonight?
So, tonight, I'm going to try a new joke. Actually, I'm going to try two. One I've only done once or twice, but one that we're calling Dr. Harold Ivy. So that joke, thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So yes, Dr. Harold Ivy is, it's clunky a little bit. It's the first time I'm ever going to do it, and I really got to figure out a good way to get into it, but I'm excited about it because it just has I think, a very funny punchline. It's also silly. Like sorry to pause there and then start again like a fucking idiot. But I just thought I'm quite excited about doing some sillier material. We have our joke that we're going to do, podcast joke, that I'm really excited about because we've been toiling away in the background, and I think I got that in pretty good shape, but we'll talk about that on our joke episode. And this Dr. Harold Ivy is such a silly premise, and I've been doing story based or light observation based, and this is the first I'm just doing something silly. It's not realistic, but I'm quite pumped to get that new style out there. It reminds me of when Louis did the Comedy Store special. He just did a bunch of silly shit in it, and it wasn't more his story based about his kids and all that, and I did quite enjoy that one.
Yeah, it's funny you talk about kind of going off a track of what you're comfortable with. I'm finding myself going into this, I don't want to call it a rut, but this path of story-based jokes that I find incredibly easy to follow. Like I watch some comics go up and they'll have, in a 5-minute set, they might have 10 jokes, like 10 30-second quips, just boom, 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 boom. I don't understand how they can remember all that shit. For me, with a story, it's like, like with TikTok, I go, I love TikTok, and then I know where I go from there. And when I get to the point where I say street interviews, I know, okay, I said street interviews, I can go to here, and then I can go into whatever. I don't know how somebody goes into 10 different setups and punchlines.
I don't know. What was your first set? Wasn't your first set like 4 premises, roughly?
It was 3.
3.
It was 3. It was just really, really overdrawn. There was literally only 3 punchlines. I had like 1 punchline for each thing. That's not true. The first two jokes, I think I had 1 punchline, and then the last one, which was like a 2.5-minute set, which I'm rewriting right now, by the way, to turn it into like a full-blown premise. But that last one had a few chuckles and maybe 2 real punchlines. I don't know. But I don't know. I really... The point of what I was trying to say there was I've been putting some jokes aside that one night I'm probably going to go up on stage with a couple note cards with a shit ton of smaller jokes that I just want to throw out there and see what people laugh at. And I might just build on that stuff.
That's a good idea. I am
not tonight, though.
Yeah, no, not tonight. So did you say what when the hosts are not listening because they're fixing their banner, did you say what you are doing tonight?
No, I'm going to stick with the gay ghost joke that I've been doing, which, I've been talking to friends and coworkers and stuff about this. I want people to know, if you've seen this and you've heard me talk about getting the magazine and all that stuff, this is 100% true. I get that magazine. I get Out magazine. I don't necessarily read it, but I'm not going to lie and say I haven't flipped through it. But it's a true thing, and that goes to show, like we said, that the things that happen to you in real life can really be inspiration for a joke. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to try it again. It's a new crowd, much further away from where we've been. So I'll give it a try. I'll see. I think it's 5-minute sets tonight, so I have the part at the end that I really want to try. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know.
So it's funny you say that, Wayne. I remember you reading Out magazine in front of your entire family. That was awesome. So if you guys don't think it's true, I witnessed it. I saw him read it in front of his very, very disappointed father.
Well, no. Oh, man. I think my dad listens to this. I will tell you that what you saw was we had a birthday party at my house, and I happened to get Out magazine that day. So I put it out on the counter, and every time somebody came in, I said, "Hey, here's some bathroom material for you." And everybody like poked through it and was like, "Oh, that's funny." And I explained the story. I gave it to my dad, and it took him about a half hour to figure it out. He read most of it, and
he did. He got through a lot of it.
He got through a lot of it, and then I walked by at one point and saw him still reading it. I'm like, "You still reading that?" And he goes, "Yeah." And then I grabbed something and walked back. I'm like, "Yeah?" He's like, "Oh, is this a... Oh, I don't want this."
He's like, "What did you do?"
Oh, it was so good.
He probably because this is a real thought that you have sometimes when you're a parent, that you start thinking irrationally, like, can I hug him too much? And will that in turn make him do what Wayne did to his dad if you hug him too much? So you're almost like, I love him, I want to hug him, but then he's going to make me read Out magazine at his fucking birthday party in front of the rest of the family. And I'm going to have to pretend like he's still my son. But that's parenthood, everybody. All right, well, back to the mic. I think we went on quite a detour.
We did, yeah. I'm a little lost at this point.
Well, I'm going to do Dr. Harold Ivy. You're going to do Ghost. Those are the things we're going to try to make sure that we get through this mic with. But in turn, we're there to support Allie, so we are going to see you after this mic, and we're going to have such a good time. Do you have any parting thoughts, Wayne, on it?
No, I don't. I'm pretty confident. This will be my third time doing this. I got laughs the first two times. The second time last week at Coffee and Cotton, it did really, really well. So I'm pretty confident that I'll walk out of there tonight feeling pretty good about myself. But we'll see. How about yourself?
Well, I'm going to imitate a rectal exam, so I don't know how that's going to go. I would like it to go well, but when I've never done anything like that at all. So we'll see.
Awesome. Well, I guess we'll get out of here. We'll start heading down when we can, and I'll see you tonight.
See you in a dirty parking lot, motherfuckers. Bye.
All right, guys. Next person coming up actually does a mic about open mic, a podcast about open mics. Reviewed the Witches Brew. We did pretty good, right? We got pretty good. Okay, so can you do me a favor? Give me 100% on this mic, and I'll buy you a non-alcoholic beverage. Perfect.
Let's give it up for Allie, everybody. Yeah, that's it. Fucking clap, guys. Allie's awesome.
I'm excited to be here. My wife is catastrophically pregnant right now. She's like any day, so I'm just excited.
One thing, what's that?
I've been trying to.
Well, there's a little bit on the side. It's called the horseshoe. Thank you.
Like I've never actually even made eye contact with my doctor before. He just kind of wrote down quickly when I explained my symptoms and moved on.
Anybody in here ever see a ghost? Come on, you've talked the whole time. You haven't fucking seen a ghost? Are you fucking serious?
Sorry, I'm catastrophically also high. God damn, I'm like
serious?
Godzilla type.
Have you ever seen a ghost dick?
The people I take issue with call themselves the California Soul. You ever hear these fucking pieces of shit?
That's my point. They don't do anything fun. Why? Why wouldn't they look it up? Well, you've never seen a ghost.
I'm all for the rights, just two less, because none of anything other than it's not fair.
Well, you've never seen a ghost, but you fucking know them. God damn it.
So let me recap my debauchery here. We are putting dicks in pinky.
I know they don't laugh at that, but you didn't, so. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
Oh, hello, everybody. And welcome to an open mic pain with Anthony and Wayne. We are here at the Hallowed Ground open mic in Salem, Massachusetts. I can only go up. I really have painted myself in a corner here with these fucking intros. We kind of ate shit tonight. What do you think, Wayne?
Yeah. I definitely ate shit. I went up quite a bit later in the night. I think I was the second to last or third to last.
Yeah, got great video of you.
Yeah, good video. Anthony was here much before me. He went up sixth, I believe. Also ate shit. So luckily, like we talked before, normally one of us does pretty well and the other one eats shit. This time we both ate shit. So I don't think Salem liked what we had to say tonight. But overall, I want to say, awesome job, Allie. This is the first, or the inaugural, I'll say, open mic for Hallowed Ground. I have a few things to say about it. One, the aesthetic was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I loved the backdrop. The setup of the room was great. The bartender did a fantastic job. The walk down felt very, very open mic, very clubby. It was fantastic. And she had, like, when I walked in, there was like 50 people. I swear to God, there had to have been 50 people.
Yeah, that place, like, if a guy's fucking my wife, I hope he has a house like that. Like, it's a really nice,
Yes.
prestigious, nice house. Like, I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we're not just saying this place is great because Allie asked me to a million fucking times. I believe it.
No,
it is great.
It is fantastic. So, for our loyal 25 to 30 listeners, you might remember was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we went to the Witch's Brew, which is also run by Allie. That was a really good mic. But this one here, just the aesthetic, like I said, the aesthetic of it, I think this has a potential to be one of the best ones in the area. I love the area. She drew a huge crowd, biggest crowd that I've seen so far.
Yeah, and she's the best host that there is. A lot of hosts are indifferent, obviously, because they're just want to do their own shit in between. Completely understand. Allie's very good at hosting, meaning energy goes down, she brings it back up. Energy too high, she lets Wayne go up, takes it right back down.
Yeah,
so
no,
great.
she does a fantastic job. You can tell she really cares about the product that she's bringing. So yeah, it was great.
So what'd you do for jokes?
So like I said, I did a 4-minute version of my ghost joke, my gay ghost. I think I'm gonna name it Richard the Gay Ghost, almost like a children's book.
Yeah.
That's super inappropriate.
Would you consider heckled?
No, it wasn't heckled. I think I kind of heckled somebody.
Wayne did what you call a reverse heckle.
I did. So there's a part. Well, let's back it up a little bit.
Yeah.
There was this lady who was having a really good time, and she was talking during probably like 5 to 10 people before me, just talking over the sets and making comments and this and that. And a couple people made comments back to her. A couple before me was Xtina, who was hilarious, but she was in between jokes. She did it like such a professional, but she was just like throwing jabs out. I have a part in Richard the Gay Ghost where I ask if anybody has ever seen a ghost. And I said it quickly, and nobody said I have, which is where I would come in with my joke for that. And when nobody said anything, I pointed at her and said, "Really?
Come on, you've talked the whole time. You haven't fucking seen a ghost? Are you fucking serious?
Really? You fucking talk during everybody's sets and you won't say that you saw a ghost for me?" And I might actually, I don't know. I'm going to re-listen to it because it might have been really mean-hearted. I don't know. But I really battered on this woman. I felt bad after. She was very upset with me. I went up to her after and I apologized and said, "Hey, I was just having fun with you." And she looked me in the eye and then looked away. And I said, "Okay." And then I went and found Anthony and we left. But I might throw that whole thing, I don't know, I might throw the whole thing in the montage, maybe with no music, because I found it fucking hilarious. But
Yeah,
I
would
might
love
come
that.
off like a complete douchebag. So maybe I won't. I don't know. Overall though, I would say my set bombed at this particular place, which was very surprising. I got no laughs on anything except for Anthony, who is legally obliged to laugh at everything I say.
Very sportive.
So, it's all right though. I mean, out of three times doing this joke, one time bombing wasn't bad. Whatever. I will say this is what I would consider my first real bomb. I don't think I've gone a show without at least a chuckle from somebody not Anthony. This was it, and it doesn't feel as bad as I thought.
No, I told you. because I've faced those.
Yeah.
Doesn't suck that bad.
No,
'Cause
it did.
fuck 'em. Yeah, my set, I tried doctor for the first time, my doctor joke. So it's hard to gauge because I ate shit too. But I don't know if it was the content, because it's brand new, first time doing it, or whether or not it was because the crowd was cunty. But I thought it was pretty good. It's a little clunky in the beginning. I got to get to the punchline a little quicker. I do get that. But fuck you guys. Let me start there, because I'm holding it together right now, but I will cry later.
Yeah, I listened to it after because I wasn't there for it, but it was fantastic. Having talked to you about this joke for a couple weeks now, hearing it in action was fantastic, and I loved it. Once again, what is up with that? Last episode too. All the noise goes away in the middle of our fucking show.
Yeah, well, this is a sign of the night. We are in Salem, Massachusetts, which is the home of the devil. But, the devil is kind of misunderstood. He's pretty sweet if you kind of read his shit, but you don't hear that. You just hear God's word.
Yeah.
He's a whiny bitch.
Do you have anything else to say about your set?
No, I didn't do good. That's the fucking moral of the story.
Yeah. I would say there was a lot of funny people in my opinion, but it was all kind of the same.
You know what I'll say is the Lowell, Manchester comics went in there and gave laughs and also were funny. So it's once again another testament. Those guys are great.
They fucking took them.
Yeah.
They took them.
But in the end, all in all, I do think...
Give us that light. Just stay there. Just stay there,
That's
please.
perfect. Thank
Give
you.
us the light. We need the light.
All in all, no matter how much God kicks us in the balls tonight with everything going on, including the light that's draping my dilapidated fucking skeleton right now, we will say that because A, Allie's the best host all time, B, the venue's great, C, the sound ended up being pretty good, D?
Not a D, but in terms of the sound, when I walked in, it was kind of quiet. And one thing I noticed with a lot of comics, they will rely on the microphone a lot. Like I think I project a lot.
Pretty good.
If you're an open
Hold it
mic
like
comic,
a flute now.
yeah. If you're an open mic comic or doing anything on the microphone, try to pay attention to how loud people are talking, and project yourself. If the mic or the speakers aren't as loud, project yourself a little more. Command that room. Some people were up there and you couldn't hear them at all, and we were closer, so we could hear them, and they were funny, but they weren't hitting the back of the room.
Yeah, and just like anything else, the longer the night went on, the more hammered people got, and then you know what? That's gonna just create more talking, less listening, less fun. But again, like I said, we're gonna end on a high note because it was fucking good.
It was, and this, like I said, this was the inaugural. Allie made a comment that it sounds like they're gonna get picked up for a weekly, which is great.
We'll be back.
Like we mentioned when we came to the Witch's Brew, we
Doing a pull through. That's illegal. That's a legal pull through maneuver going on right now.
Like we mentioned with the Witch's Brew, this is a long drive for us. It was like an act of God to get down here for me. But we'll come again. I'll come again.
We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here as long as it takes to get Hallowed Ground Mike off the ground. I didn't expect there to be ground twice in a sentence. But just remember, everybody, this is an important and a good step on the motherfucking quest for laughs.
Why? Why wouldn't they whip it up?
Because they're not like